Hi, I'm Susan LeBlanc, and this is Conversations with the Goodman School of Business. And my guest today is Martin Philp. Welcome, Marty.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Well, Marty is our 2016 Distinguished Graduate for the Goodman School of Business. So first of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And we're having the big reception today.
I'm honored, and yeah, it seems like a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal for us. We hope it's a big deal for you.
It certainly is. Thank you.
Good. So you graduated in 1980. Not that I want to date anything, but you graduated in 1980,
Yes.
and you did come back and do your master's degree as well.
That's correct.
And you did that, and you graduated from there in 1986.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've had quite a career since then.
It has been all over the map. It's been quite a great run for me.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So maybe tell us a little bit about what you've been doing in those years.
Sure. Well, probably originally I had, a traditional corporate career where I worked for large companies, Bell Canada, Procter & Gamble, and then Ingersoll Rand, and that's the company that I spent the majority of my career with, kind of working my way up through the organization. I didn't graduate with an accounting designation.
Right.
In fact, I was in the general stream, but I became a controller at, and probably officially the worst accountant that's ever, but somehow or other that helped me along my way.
Right.
From those roles, from project management through to the financial side, we ended up in the States, in Nebraska and Michigan and Indiana, Ohio, some time in New Jersey, and then we finally came back to Canada in '98.
Yeah, and you've got a new company now.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
you're doing consulting now.
That's right. So about, it's been a dozen years now. My career took me down a path of troubleshooting or problem solving for the corporation, which was great. Everything's a case study.
Right.
It was fun to do. But, it has its stresses on the family. So when we returned to Canada, our objective was to get, our family through a 10-year period without relocating. We made it 6 years, and then they wanted us to move to Italy, which, probably would have been, great from my perspective, but it was the wrong time.
Sure.
So we simply chose a different path, and I didn't mean to become a consultant,
Right,
but I accidentally morphed into it, and here I am today.
Well, that often happens, though. People's career paths end up
very
not
much
necessarily where you think it's going to go, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
It goes in the right place for you.
And the classic training that I got in my corporate years, the opportunities and the experiences that I got, served me so well around my activities today, and it's a great place to be.
Yeah. Now, you are very involved with the Goodman School of Business. I'll try to remember all of the things. You're on the Dean's Advisory Council.
I am.
You are on an advisory group for BioLink, the residency selection group. Is
That's
that
right.
it?
Yep.
And you are honorary BSA president.
Yes, I am.
So you work with our students. Yeah.
That's a blast.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, very much
So
so.
what's that like? What do you end up doing with the students?
Well, probably not enough,
Yeah.
but I do spend time with them, and it's usually kind of more in a mentoring role, sometimes just a listening ear, sharing experiences, and when they bump up against a problem that they haven't seen before, I can perhaps share some experience from the corporate side or my business experience side of the equation. Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun working with the students. They're very inspirational, aren't they?
They sure are, and they even got me in the dunk tank one time.
I was going to bring that up because you were a very good sport about that.
Wow.
And especially when I dunked you.
We can talk
Yes,
offline
I know.
later,
I felt so bad. I really had no idea I had that kind of aim, and I think it was the first shot, and I just was, oops.
Yeah,
I was trying to be good and help give the money to the charity. I thought, I'll participate. No, got your first.
Thanks. Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
So. It's been a while since you graduated. Campus has changed a lot. I know with your involvement with Goodman, you're very aware of all the new construction happening, certainly around the Goodman School of Business. But, I mean, campus life must just seem very... I mean, we were talking as we were coming here about the old cafeteria.
Right.
that none of
right.
our current students would have any idea
Right.
existed,
Right.
but it must seem quite different for you.
Absolutely, and yet at the same time, it's it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
It's fun to see. In our day, there was a lot that was different. A number of the buildings weren't here. There was a single residence.
A lot smaller student population.
2,500 students in total. I think our graduating class from the business school was 40 students or 45, and I don't have that number exactly, but it was not
small.
a large group.
Yeah.
There's some things that are different, and then there's many things that are the same.
Sure.
In our era, one of the great things was that it was small, and you really felt like you could approach your profs, the seminar
Right.
approach, the tutorials really kind of created a great nurturing and kind of learning environment. And frankly, for me, I learned how to learn here. That's probably the biggest takeaway. And I don't think that's changed. I think that that's a pretty spectacular thing to keep in the culture of the organization, is that it's very much focused on the student experience and helping them sort their way through the learning process. So,
So it's nice that as much as things change, they stay the same.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
So any advice you would like to give any students out there that might be listening?
Yes.
Stay in school.
Look, there's just no shortcuts at the end of the day. There's lots going on. There's lots that's different in terms of technology, but there's still the fundamentals, and you just got to do the work.
Yeah.
And when I came back to do my master's, I'd been out in the workforce for a while, and one of the things that I learned is if I simply logged 40 hours a week of doing my coursework and my reading, I was so far ahead of where I was in my undergraduate because I was simply logging those hours and spending the time. So that's kind of my approach. Treat it almost like a job.
Right.
Log the hours, do the work, and you'll actually be quite surprised that you aren't struggling the day before an exam or the day before a paper's due, and it kind of all makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm sure that same advice goes once you're out in the workforce as well. You got to do the work.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for dropping by. We're looking forward to your little party tonight to celebrate your accomplishments and to thank you for everything you've done for the Goodman School of Business.
Well, thanks, Susan. I really enjoy my time here, and I'm honored and appreciate the opportunity.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in and listening to us, and hopefully we'll chat soon.